3.
It's a
3-mana spell with Strive.
But it's a conditional burn spell where I need my opponent who's playing only 4 Stormbreath Dragons to have a Stormbreath Dragon in play attacking me.
I guess that's true.
For this card to do anything.
You're correct. It's a little different.
I might bring in Swan Song. I know that sounds weird, but Sane's the only cards that it doesn't counter is Stormbreath Dragon, and I just don't like Swan Song. Although, I guess it's not horrible in this deck because you're technically kind of a combo-ish deck.
I mean, I don't even feel, unfortunately, for how good Satyr Fire Dancer is with Deflecting Palm, I also don't feel like that's very good.
Oh, no,
because
you have one creature.
Yeah, there's one creature to target it. So maybe you're right. Maybe we bring in the Swan Song. Actually, maybe what you do is bring in the Swan Songs, bring in the other Resolute Archangel at this point. You might as well.
Yeah, all right.
I mean,
let's talk about what Shane's got
what's
here.
he packing this up?
He's got 3 Thoughtseize.
Okay.
4 Glare of Heresies.
All right.
1 Erebos, God of the Dead.
All right.
1 Whip of Erebos.
Sure.
2 Banishing Light. 2 Tormod's Crypt. And 2 Anger of the Gods.
Two Tormod's Crypts?
Hey, man.
What are we? The Whip decks.
Yeah, the Whip decks.
Oh, yeah. Tormod's Crypt. That's a good card. I
think Shane is definitely going to bring in Whip of Erebos.
I would say bringing in Whip is a good plan.
I don't know how good Whip of Erebos is in this deck, but in the 4-creature deck. But he's going to bring in Whip of Erebos. Hopefully he'll get there. I think Thoughtseize, while we're playing against the burn deck,
is very good.
I think it's pretty good.
Agree. Yep.
Take away the good burn spells, leave the bad ones.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm bringing in those. Probably just the Thoughtseize and the Whip. I don't think I'm going to bring in Erebos. I don't want to pay 2 life to draw cards.
I don't think...
Especially when my cards are... Man, Shane's deck is not set up for this matchup. He's got Anger of the Gods, Bioblight,
it's not...
and Hostilities. It's just a bunch of yuck.
So I think you definitely bring in the Thoughtseize then if you're Shane, just because then you strip your opponent of cards that he needs to kill you.
Yeah.
Because when you look at it, Joe doesn't... I mean, I guess he does, but at the same time, like, he has to have so many... Like, he has to have X amount of cards to kill him.
Yeah, true. And like, he needs to have X amount of cards, and he has some, like, not-so-great cards. And plus, it allows you to play around Deflecting Palm.
Yeah.
If you see
because you can just take it, yeah. Sure.
But, yeah, Shane has a lot of dead cards. So it's... And he can't... I don't think he can sideboard them all out. So... There are going to be situations in this matchup where he is going to probably draw cards that are just awful.
Just not
good. They
just
do literal nothing.
Sure. Yeah.
Which
they just have no
not
targets.
a good place to be. But that is sometimes the disadvantage.
Is it wrong of me to want a Merfolk Looter-esque card in Joe's deck? I mean,
I
besides
think so.
Takes Through Time, there's no other card that's drawing me cards. Well, we're going to see an Evolving Wilds crack here from Joe. That's the start of Game 2. Joe being on the play. Shane taking Game 1. Finds the mountain.
Shane did bring in Whip of Erebos, and I like if this was just like a pure control versus control matchup.
Sure.
I like Erebos, but the fact that my opponent's plan is to play Dictate of the Twin Gods and then throw 4 damage burn spells at my face, I am not, super into taking damage to draw cards. Although it does shut down Resolute Archangel.
It does.
Go back to 20 with this card out. Doesn't happen, man.
It's true. Unfortunately, I really need to see a Jeskai, the Jeskai charm. I just need to see one cast tonight for like an effect besides putting Burmaz on top of somebody's library. There's the Thoughtseize.
Right, so he did bring in the Thoughtseize.
So Shane's taking 2 from the Magma Jet, then losing 2 from the Thoughtseize.
I'm gonna go to 16. Let's see what Joe is working with here. Unfortunately, Magma Jet, not Brainstorm. Can't put back his good cards.
Boy, I wish.
Yeah,
you don't even know. I would love it. All right. Holy cow. So he did bring in the Satyr Fire Dancers, but I wonder why. Why did he do this?
I don't know.
It's a very weird...
It's possible that he just has a bunch of cards he thinks stink, and he thinks Satyr Fire Dancer is better than the cards that stink. So I think he'd take a Stoke the Flames here.
Yep.
And then... hope my opponent doesn't draw lands.
Well, he did get the Scry, and he did
ship them both.
He shipped both cards.
Shipped them both. And that is a land off the top.
No, play your Satyr Fire Dancer.
No, why would you play your Satyr Fire Dancer?
Why would you not?
I don't know, I'd play it.
I would run the card out.
Be like, hey, you want a Crackling Doom it? Sure.
Go ahead.
Spend your turn Crackling Doom
It's a 2-1. It's gonna get in for damage.
So Shane doesn't have white mana here, which is interesting, and Joe looks like he drew a deflecting palm. Now we're gonna play the Satyr Fire Dancer. Man, we could get in for a point of damage. We missed a point.
A point? It's a 2/1, right?
No, it's a 1/1.
It's a 1/1?
Now it's a dead card.
Well, now it's dead. Oh, jeez.
Shane has a good one on top. He's got a Whip of Erebos and a Storm Breath Dragon. I think he shipped them. One thing to note, kids, that you should be doing when you scry, you should probably fetch. Although there is an argument to be made in this matchup for not fetching, because one life could mean you die and you don't die.
That's true. Well, Shane has access to white mana now off the Mana Confluence.
Yeah.
He did bring in Erebos.
He did bring in Erebos, plus he's got a Whip.
So we'll see the fetch.
Maybe Shane is on the, I'm just going to jam Sarkin and gain a bunch of life off my one Whip and one of, I don't know, 70 things that can attack?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So this is why this is miserable. If we're going to fetch, we should have fetched. Because now if we scry cards to the bottom.
This matchup, to me, in general, this Mardu control / Super Friends list to this combo-y Jeskai Burn list is such a weird...
Swanky
yeah, I mean, it's such a weird matchup.
It seems so bad for Shane, I'm not going to lie. It doesn't seem like a good matchup for him. You know?
It seems better with the Thought Seizes in Game 2.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Game 1, it doesn't seem good at all, but...
I think Shane here is taking advantage of the fact that his opponent kept a loose one.
Sure.
Like a real loose one.
A super loose one. Like a 4 Stoke the Flames loose one.
Like, I have 2 lands, man. Better hope to draw some lands, and then I'm going to crush my opponent.
Okay, well, there's the Whip.
Yeah. Oh, man, what if Joe brought in his erase? Because he saw that Shane had a Whip?
I would... Oh, well, here's 4. Let's see if a Chandra comes down.
No, nothing, man.
No, so we're not playing anything.
He's on the Stoke the Flames fan, and there it is. Land off the top. Gonna Sarkin you.
Oh, boy.
Are we playing Disdainful Stroke? Disdainful Stroke check? Nope.
No.
Shane doesn't care either way.
He's
Take a damage, baby.
He's
Go
gonna
to
just
13.
jam it.
Gotta jam it. You gotta remove a spell from my one creature. Maybe a Jeskai Charm? Andrew?
I would love it.
Price check on Jeskai Charm?
It's huge right now, the card! Oh, play it.
Our opponent connected with a Sarkin and a Whip of Erebos against the deck trying to burn us out.
17-16. This isn't what you want.
I imagine he'll just try to kill Sarkin if he can.
I think
he has deflecting palm.
Shane didn't take the point of damage from the Mana Confluence. That's why he has 18 and we...
Yeah.
Okay, so we strike him. Jet him.
Alright.
He's dead. That's okay. Get your scry triggers.
Yeah, that's not awful.
But we just wasted 4 points of burn on 1 card. We wasted 2 cards for 1.
Yeah, who cares? Shane's played cards that are like Whip of Erebos. Come on, man. That has so few targets.
I agree. I mean, he has Elspeth, I guess, and Sorin?
Oh, man, let me tell you, he's pretty close to turning on Erebos, though. He's got it in his hand.
That's true.
Oh,
alright.
FNMs are sweet. People play
This
sweet
isn't even
things.
an FNM, it's a GPT.
Sure.
This is a GPT.
GPTs are even
I know it
sweeter.
says FNM, but the GPT takes over the FNM slot. So now we're going to see what Shane wants to do.
Shane
Tap
taps
4, plays the Erebos.
Taps correctly, and, well, I don't know, I might have left up black.
He left up red Mana Confluence. So
Yeah, but I would have left up black-red Mana Confluence.
Black-red Mana Confluence?
Doesn't matter. Let's see if Shane pays 3 life to draw a card. He does not. Chooses to value his life more. Draws like Crackling Doom. His hand is now Banishing Light, Crackling Doom, and Hero's Downfall.
Once again, we were talking about having dead cards in your hand in
Yeah.
this matchup. Those are the cards.
Those are dead cards.
Those are what you would call dead cards.
They're not super dead.
And this is...
Chandra is a card, but...
Well, I guess, okay, so Hero's Downfall isn't super dead, but this is where... So now Shane is paying 3? 2?
He's paying 2 life. Did not tap the Mana Confluence.
So he's down to...
Drew another Crackling Doom.
He is down to 15. He just didn't record a burn.
So, yeah, this is the issue. Shane is going to probably have to try to use his Erebos
to draw into something?
To draw into something with Black Devotion. Maybe,
oh, boy.
Maybe a Squelching Leeches or a Desecration Demon.
A Desecration Demon?
No, those aren't in that format? Oh.
Oh, those are not. Squelching Leeches is. Can't gain life, Shane says. He says, you won't gain life off your land because my Erebos prevents
You
it.
tell him. That's the worst part of that.
Is Shane proceeding to draw more light? What are we doing?
I can't imagine. Shane does need action, though, because the longer we wait for our opponent to assemble burn spells, the...
So now he's going to draw, pay 2, drop himself to 13. I mean, it's very...
Another
Okay,
lane.
here we go.
I think you hit. I don't know. This is why I don't like Erebos. I don't think you can spend the life like every time.
Every time you want to just refill your hand to
Yeah.
draw a Banishing Light and something else? What else is he...
Yeah, I mean, Shane goes to 13 here, but every time you ping for damage, you just get closer and closer to a multiple of 4,
Sure.
less than the multiple of 4 you were at last time. Now we're at 9.
So we're dropping down to 8 is what he's got. So what is he trying to draw into at this point?
All right, so it looks like Shane corrected the life point.
It looks now like he corrected the life points.
Yeah, he is hoping to draw in a Stormbreath Dragon so he can gain life.
Sure. So he's just looking for one of his creatures.
Yeah, which is why I don't really particularly like firing off that Stoke the Flames.
Earlier on?
No, I don't know if I like firing it off right there.
Yeah.
But he has Whip, so... But the Stoke the Flames kills the Stormbreath Dragon.
I mean, that's true. It does. So it prevents him from having a creature.
Unless I have 2 4-mana burn spells in my hand right now that just, like, kill him.
Or you have 1 4-mana burn spell and a Deflecting Palm.
Boom. Deflecting Palm. I forgot that.
Yeah, and he's
Then it
just
doesn't
dead to
matter.
that. Yeah.
Then he can't attack at all. He can do nothing. He pretty much loses.
So let's see. And see, this is kind of where... Even the Satyr Wayfinders, I almost would rather have a looter effect. Any type of looter effect, if I'm Joe.
Yeah.
What else?
He has Sorin to provide more Black Devotion, but that's the only other card.
Sorin...
Shane cannot get up to 5 Black Devotion.
He cannot. The Sorin is really the only thing that he could play that would... I think he's kind of pointing at his Erebos now saying, well...
Yeah, well, this is a bad card.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, Shane is just drawing a bunch of duds, but Joe also apparently drawing a bunch of duds.
Unless this is Chandra. That's a good card. Okay.
That's a good card, but Shane's got an answer. But
It's true.
It's a 1-mana burn spell. I might have just minus or zero.
I think you zero.
It depends on. We can cast pretty much every card in our deck. Is Resolute Archangel even that good here? No.
Your Chandra's dead.
Like all the cards we could have cast aren't even good here, or couldn't cast aren't even good. So I would have just zeroed. I guess you missed the Flames. So Shane flooding and also has terrible cards in his hand.
I mean, but once again, if you guys were to see these deck lists, and we can tell you because we have them in front of you, it's like these two decks were never meant to play. It honestly is. That's
but that's what happens when like Joe's playing a fringe deck. This is what Joe's trying to do. He's trying to take advantage of people not being prepared to play against his fringe deck. That's how you win with fringe decks.
And then stoke the flames for 4. So Joe will pick up game 2. We'll be moving on to game 3 after a lightning strike. You stoke the flames. It's a very interesting matchup. I mean, Joe's deck I feel like needs to have more ways to draw cards, while Shane's deck, either you need more creatures in the sideboard, something to turn on the Black Devotion, something to interact with Whip.
Just like the Whip just seems so weird.
It is. It's out of the blue.
Like the Whip there was bad. It's just bad. It was a 4-mana game 4.
Yeah, I mean, as much as you don't want to say people's card
Erebos
selections
was bad. Like Shane
agree.
drew a lot of stinkers in that matchup. But to be fair, he doesn't have that many good cards.
But here's the thing. So I don't even know if Erebos was as bad as the cards that Erebos was providing. Erebos was providing a bunch of creature removal for a deck that plays no creatures.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Plus it's dealing him a bunch of damage. So.
On top of it, right, for a deck that says, I hope you get below 8 life because I'm going to kill you.
No, Shane's hope is that he draws all of his Sorins, all of his Elspeths, all of his Sarkins, and all of his Stormbreath Dragons. So it's like Shane needs to draw a specific one half of the deck, and not the other half of the deck that is like trying to beat creature decks when our opponent is trying to throw non-creature spells at us.
It's very true. So this is round 4. We're heading into game 3 here between Joe and Shane. Joe playing the Jeskai Burn deck, Shane playing a Mardu Control / Super Friends list. And I mean, it's honestly a slug. It's like a slugfest slugfest without creatures. Like they're, I mean, well, besides Shane's Force
No,
Storm
I
Breaths
wouldn't
and-
call it a slugfest without creatures. I'd call it a dirtle